You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. And then I got fired. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next, and I returned to Apple. None of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
There are many more ways to fail than to succeed. I mean, particularly like for a rocket, there's like 1,000 ways a thing can fail and like one way it can work. If you try hard and it doesn't work out, that's okay. Like you can learn from that and do another company and it's not a big deal.
Failure is important.
It is important.
I think failure teaches you things that you don't learn from success. I think failure gives you an opportunity for self-examination. It also gives you a feeling that is very uncomfortable. And that very uncomfortable feeling helps you grow. When you feel like shit, you screw something up. Like when I've had bad podcasts, my podcast has always gotten better afterwards. When I've had bad stand-up sets, I've always gotten better after that. Because those bad sets motivate. They give you a perspective like, hey, here's some clear examples of where you fucked up. And don't look at these failures as like proof that you suck. Look at them as opportunities for growth. Look at them as opportunities to be motivated to do better.
Failing has become critical in my growth. I graduated from the University of Miami. I had a terrible senior year. I had a bad injury. Then I had a really terrible year that year. Graduated, didn't get invited to the combine, and I didn't get drafted in the NFL. You work so hard for 10 years and draft day comes. You only get one shot. All my other teammates who were NFL worthy were gone. They're in the NFL signing their big contracts. Rising from that to say, I'm immediately going to launch myself into training for professional wrestling. I couldn't have launched myself with that type of training that I did every day for hours in a boxing ring that was stiff like concrete had I not fallen on my face after 10 years of football and failed.
The other thing is you have to embrace those failures. You have to embrace those mistakes. You have to learn that that approach didn't work and you don't want to do it again, obviously, and that if you hadn't had that failure, you might have made a much bigger mistake later on, doing the same exact thing.
Now, fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. He was let go from that safe job, and our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
Have you had moments in your life when you feel like you just want to give up? Have you done everything you possibly could? Have you taken all the actions that you possibly could to overcome this? Have you? My guess is probably not. Because if you have, you would have already gotten the results. You see, it's never a matter of lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. And sometimes when you get so close to your goal, a lot of us, we just give up. We quit when we are this close to achieving that goal. You see, success is on the razor's edge of failure. When you think it couldn't get any worse, that's when breakthrough happens. Sometimes in life, you break down before you break through. Don't give up on your vision. Don't give up on yourself. But you can pivot. As long as you are getting closer to where you want to be, you're winning.